Of all the mystical icons in the land of Spagootia, one stands tall above the rest. The one who brings joy and cheer to the world and its children every winter solstice. The Klaus. Shrouded in mystery, the ways of this legendary being have gone for centuries, rarely seen by living eyes, and no mortal has stepped foot into his workshop. Would you like to be the first? You all open your eyes and you feel okay. You feel rested, you feel like it's one of those rare mornings where somehow you know the rest of the day is going to be a good one, and you're quite happy about that. It's been a while since you've been this content. It is confusing though, because on any other day like this, you would be somewhat worried or puzzled right now, if not filled to the brim with fear, because you have no idea where you are. This place is entirely unrecognizable to you. You've never seen it before in your life. That being said, it's not particularly interesting or frightening. As you take in your surroundings, you determine that it just looks like any normal office waiting room. You're sitting on a rather comfortable sofa with your other party members seated next to you, assumedly going through the same thought process you are. You're facing a wall that curves and connects two corners of the room diagonally. In front of you sits a wooden coffee table atop a rug, and the room is filled with cliche waiting room decorations such as fake plants and framed pictures of beaches and lighthouses hung up on the walls. On the wall to your left is a closed door. To your right on the wall behind you, another closed door, and on the curved wall, another closed door. The only other thing of note you see is a sign stood up in the middle of the room. The text on it reads, "Welcome, introduce yourselves, Vixen will be with you shortly."
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to Spagoots Realms. I'm the DM this time.
Yeah!
Hey.
Be awesome.
Hey. Yay.
Hey.
So this is our Christmas. This is our
Hmm.
our Crimbacy one-off. And for this one-off, you guys have created some brand new one-off characters. Red, why don't you start and introduce your character?
All right. Well, where should I start? They're a big old furry.
Of course.
Well, what would you expect from me? They're a kitsune. Their name is Alabaster Lovelock. They're a ranger, and they have a chaotic neutral alignment. They're an opera singer. They have purple eyes. I don't really know what else to say.
Okay, cool. All right. And up next, Vin, introduce yours.
Okay, so my character's name is Victoria Lovelock, and she's a barbarian, half tiefling, half orc.
Nice.
She's also chaotic neutral, and she's Alabaster's GF.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, Alabaster is 30 years old. I forgot to say that. She's kind of an aged lesbian.
All right. Now, Kay, introduce yours.
My character is Inga, the goblin inventor. The old goblin inventor. She's like
Very
she's
old.
You know, gray hair, wrinkles, the good stuff. She has one arm. She used to be left-handed, but now she's right-handed.
Oh no!
Visual storytelling.
And dare I say she deals with explosives? Because she does, and she does it.
I mean, I think
a lot.
the arm story might
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
my
just
lead some
context
to
clues.
Yep. She's my smart little bean.
All right, awesome. And Ryan, who's your character?
My character doesn't need introduction. I am playing a strange man named Richard Flanagan.
Yep.
He is a human. His story. I'm not gonna do it. Well, my story's a pretty good one at that. I once ran a luscious estate, but then I was indebted. Then I ran a mob at one point. And in the meantime, I kind of learned some magic. And I'm
Good,
chaotic
good.
neutral like everyone else.
Is everyone
Inga's
everyone's
chaotic good,
chaotic
actually.
neutral?
I forgot to mention that.
Ha!
So
Loser.
everyone's chaotic. That bodes well for this very organized world that I've come up with here. So would you guys like to have a really quick moment of character introduction? Kind of get familiar with each other in character before we jump into it?
Hey, anyone here know where we are?
No, I don't know where we are.
And wherever we are, I'm sure glad that I'm stuck with you.
That's sweet, thank you.
You're welcome.
Who even are you?
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm the one and only Count Flanagan. You may have heard of me.
Gonna stop you
Before-
there. Gonna stop you
Yes?
there. No, I haven't.
Well, maybe we can do a roll here. Maybe we can do this will be a nice roll opportunity. Why don't we all do an intelligence check? Or it could be a religion check for some strange reason. Okay, let's do a history check to see who all knows about Count Flanagan and his strange escapades,
I got a
his bizarre
5.
adventures.
I got a 5.
Got a 5, so you definitely
I
haven't
got
heard
an
of him.
18.
Of course.
I got a 15. 12 to 3.
You know about yourself, but not quite as much as you want to. Still some
5
growing
plus
to do.
4. I got a 9.
You got a 9. All right, so Vin is the only one who has heard of Count Flanagan, thankfully.
Thankfully for who?
Literally everyone else.
Irrelevant. Literally everyone.
I've heard of you on the wind, but
I don't know how I got there, but I mean,
It was,
it speaks.
cool. How about you, little goblin? What's your jam?
I'm sorry, my own character voice is making me laugh before I even do it.
No, it's okay.
Oh, you excite us so much.
What?
It's really good. Okay, it's really
That is
good.
hardcore.
It is really good. Keep doing it.
Dear, I can't hear you. You have to speak up.
Oh,
When you're talking to me, I'm old.
you're right. I'm being
very
quite
old,
quiet.
oh no.
Who are you?
Oh, boy.
God, I fucking hate Flanagan! Okay.
I love you too, Kay.
Oh, you don't need to know me. It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Pip.
No, that's not my name.
Well, I don't know
My
your
name
name,
is
so I'm
Inga.
gonna call you that.
Nope. Dear, my name is Inga.
At this moment, you hear the door to your left open up, and there stands a human woman. She has a no-nonsense air about her. She's very formal, but she seems benevolent. She's wearing a tailored suit, standard business attire, though it's a deep red color. Her eyes move from person to person as she examines your party, and once she is taken in your presence, she says, yes, you all seem to be present and accounted for. Please follow me. And she beckons you to follow her back through the door and then steps inside.
What the fuck is this?
I was gonna ask you if I could do an insight check.
Yeah, sure.
Inga's I'm gonna use my trained eye as well.
Okay.
I'm just Flanagan's just like
I'll take
chilling.
care of Red's insight check first, and then I'll give you any info that you need to know, Kay, privately.
Oh, fuck.
I think that was 13. There's a 13, I think.
Okay, so with a 13, she still seems very benevolent. She doesn't seem like she's like hiding anything, but she seems very like frazzled.
Okay.
She seems kind of stressed. I mean, she has like I said, a very formal kind of feel. She's not really like in the mood trademark, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Do you guys follow her inside the room?
Most definitely. Flanagan's right behind.
All right.
Inga goes last.
Victoria's
like,
a bit sus, but she does stand up.
Alabaster kind of looks between the others, and when she notices them standing up, she kind of follows too, but kind of, again, hanging back a bit.
So you enter into the door, and the shape of this room is an exact mirror of the waiting room you were just in, but the decor is not. You walk inside to find a rather nice-looking office or study. Bookshelves line the wall perpendicular to the door's location, filled with nameless books, just a buttload of volumes, no tags. Against the curved wall opposite the bookshelves sits a pretty big office desk. It looks standard. There's a computer and a few cups with writing utensils in them. There's a coffee mug on it, some scatter papers that look weird and complicated and businessy, and so on. You see the woman who called you inside sit down behind the desk in a large leathery chair and motion towards a few vacant, less impressive seats in the middle of the room. There seem to be just enough for all of you. This, along with pretty much everything else about her demeanor, gives you the impression that she's been expecting your visit.
Inga immediately goes for all the books.
Alabaster doesn't sit down.
I was gonna say Flanagan sits down and just goes, "So what's up, Vixen?"
Alabaster just sort of glares at her.
Yes, Vixen is my name. And she looks at Inga. Excuse me, miss, could you not touch those books, please? They're very old. And
Oh, so am I. I'm not going to touch them. I'm just looking.
Okay.
I look at all the books. What the fuck is there?
Yeah, sure. They're literally, like I said, none of them are labeled. They're just nameless volumes. But they do kind of look like themed. Like they look like they're all kind of a part of the same series, if that makes sense, the same group. But otherwise, there's nothing instantly apparently like interesting about them.
Could I do like an insight check or investigation or something? Being a smuggler, I know about hiding things, and I'm immediately suspicious of this giant bookcase.
Okay.
Is that
what would you like to? What are you looking for?
Like some kind of hidden latch or a book that doesn't like is just enough out of place for me to like keep in mind, like that might be a door leading somewhere else.
Okay,
Kind of what I'm going for.
Well, I mean, I'll go ahead and give it to you. There's nothing very special about this bookcase. It is
right.
It's just very standard.
Then Inga goes and sits down.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
Well, Victoria doesn't quite sit down. She's just crossing her arms, looking at Alabaster, and then looking at Vixen, like she is really suspicious of whatever's going on.
And what is Alabaster doing?
Alabaster just seems pretty, not like neutral, but like not really betraying how she feels about this, but she doesn't sit down.
Okay. So Vixen looks at Alabaster and Victoria, and is just she looks a little curious. She's like, Are you not going to sit down? You might want to. I have some very important things to go over with you.
What kind of things?
Well, how about the reason why you're here? Because I imagine you're all pretty confused.
Touch.
I guess so. Then she goes ahead and sits down.
I promise they're not trapped, so you don't have to worry about that.
Alabaster holds Victoria's hand and sits down with her.
Okay, so, oh boy, where do I even start with this kind of thing? So, let me explain. As you probably already know, my name is Vixen, and all of you are dead. You have died, and now you are here with us as temporary employees of the Froilich Klaus Initiative, until the higher-ups can process your applications and send you into your most fitting life in eternity. Now I'm sure you have plenty of questions. Yes, I know. But please know I cannot answer any of them if they do not pertain to our operations here at the Initiative, as afterlife matters are simply above my pay grade.
Can Flanagan roll wisdom to see if he can remember how he died?
Sure. and while you're doing that, Vixen opens up the floor to questions. She says, "Do you have any questions that you are confident I can answer?"
I mean, this is pretty expected of me. Fucking die.
It's not very expected.
That's an 8.
An 8? You remember the feeling, and it was a feeling of confusion, disappointment, and raw, unchecked fear in your moment of death.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And she addresses Alabaster and Victoria. Yes, I'm sorry. I know it is a rather heavy thing to take on. I'm not positive you all can remember the ways that you died, and I don't really have access to that kind of thing, so I can't imagine the type of confusion you're experiencing right now.
How do we know that we're actually dead if no one can prove it?
I remember feeling a lot of pain and fear.
That doesn't necessarily mean you died. You seem
Inga's
like the
poking
kind of guy...
herself in the arm, seeing if...
Well, let me go ahead and say you're not going to be able to really physically tell. As far as I know, pertaining to these things, again, above my pay grade. I'm not the master of afterlife ordeals. But I do know that physically it's not too different. And I personally can't, prove it to you that you are dead. I mean, except for the fact that
Then who can?
you have no idea how you got here. Who can?
Yeah.
The big guys. I mean, like, I'm not in direct contact with them.
Where can we find
personally.
the big guys?
I will tell you that once you are done with your temporary employment, again, temporary employment at our initiative, you will be able to be in direct contact with those who will assign you to your afterlife, and they can explain you all the details of, how you died, where you're gonna go, all that kind of stuff. So just have a little patience in that regard. But while you're here, we do need the help, because we are rather understaffed.
Count Flanagan's raising his hand.
She looks a little confused, like she's like she doesn't really get why he's doing that, but you, Flanagan.
He immediately stands up. Can Inga and I read some of these books?
You can. I mean, well, again, I don't.
I thought we weren't allowed to touch them.
I was going to say,
and what are you gonna do? Kill us?
He has a good
Well,
point.
he-
Inga gets up and goes over.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm fine if you. Well. Okay. You can read the books.
If this really is, the afterlife.
It's neither. It's not. That's actually a very good thing that you've brought up. This is not the afterlife.
So
This is an entirely separate thing. Again, I'm trying to explain. I'm very sorry. I know it's confusing. You are not in the utopian afterlife that you've heard stories about, and you're also not in the torturous, terrible one. You're not in either. This is sort of a separate initiative. We pertain
Wait,
to
we're in limbo.
I love limbo.
No. This is a place. It's a physical place. It does deal with a little supernatural stuff every once in a while. But this place is very real, and it's not an in-between place. But we do deal with matters directly pertaining to the world below and the living realm. You all know about the solstice celebration. I mean, you must, children get the toys, it's Solstice Eve night. The Klaus comes by and gives the good children toys. You must know about that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Flanagan's pulled 3 books out at this point and said, "Yeah, totally."
Inga's on the same warpath right now.
All right, I'll go ahead and address in the books is confusing. Like it's all words that you don't understand. I mean, like, you can read them, but it's all pertaining to matters that you don't understand. It's all very sort of like lore-ish, like it's telling this like the stories of the lore of this organization and all that kind of stuff. It's very like textbook-y.
Inga's grabbing him, reading through, and just throwing him over her shoulder if she isn't interested in a second. Just constant, like, the fastest her little arm can move.
And then Vixen continues her thought, and she says, "We are that. That's what we do. We are the ones behind that, and it's really great. You're going to be helping us make children happy." And on that note, I am first off, I'm terribly sorry. She sighs, then points a remote towards the wall behind her and presses a button, and the wall opens up to reveal a large screen. And she says, "I am unfortunately required to show you all a sort of orientation video to help you better understand our mission statement, and hopefully, get you all pumped up to work here as the executives who originally commissioned this silly thing put it." And the screen begins to play the orientation video.
I have a question before this starts.
Yes.
If I killed you, would you die?
Whew, okay.
Yes.
Yes, I would.
Good to know.
So don't.
Good to know.
What happens
Please.
if we die?
You will get sent back into your purgatory state, and
So this
we
is
will
purgatory.
not be able.
Ha!
No, it's not.
Checkmate!
No,
We got
we
you.
pulled you out of purgatory. We pulled you out of purgatory to work here for us because, again, we are understaffed. So if you died here, you would again lose your physical form and would go back to that purgatory state of nothingness, and we would not be able to retrieve you again until you get pulled into your real afterlife and are assigned that.
If we're dead, then what does that make you?
Not.
No, like, who are you? What?
Again, I am sort of, I am also an employee of the Vroilik Klaus Initiative. This is an organization. We run the solstice holiday. We are sort of mystical beings, but we're not, in charge of the afterlife.
Right, figures.
I just work here.
I die, and then I get a fucking temp job being fucking, what did you say, the Klaus's little runaround?
Vroilik Klaus Initiative.
That thing, whatever.
Count Flanagan's made a book for it out of all the books that Inga can't understand.
Okay, can I show you this video? It's just regulation. It's just regulation. It'll be over before you know it.
Sure!
Inga's still going through the books.
Okay. She doesn't care if you're paying attention anymore.
Flanagan's making the dopest book fort you've ever seen. Can I roll for book fort?
Yes, you can.
What kind of roll is that?
Wisdom.
The wisdom of building a book fort.
It is.
Wait, can I argue since my modifier on this is better, and because this is literally made of knowledge, that it's an intelligence roll?
Sure.
Oh hell yeah, that's a 19.
Yeah, then it's the sickest, raddest thing, and Vixen doesn't even have a problem with it because it's so cool.
Hell yeah.
Alabaster's kind of jealous.
Intelligence is knowing how to build a book fort, and wisdom is knowing that you should spend the night in that book fort.
We've got enough space for more if anyone wants in.
Okay, so Vixen presses another button on the remote, and the orientation video plays. So you think that working here is fun? It is, but it's more than fun.
It takes a lot of work and time, so listen closely to our rhyme. We're the Vroilik Klaus Initiative, and if you don't know what that means,
it means that your job is to help us
prepare Klaus for Solstice Eve.
One day Klaus came into town and noticed all the kids
were very sad and had no joy or toys they could play with. Oh no,
so we made a pact with the villagers and set out to make a way for a magical thing to happen come time for Solstice Day.
Hooray!
Prepare the toys, prepare the sleigh, prepare the reindeer too. That's our job at this workshop, and that's why we need you.
So now you understand the job, and if not, Vixen will help.
The most important thing is that this is for the kids and not ourselves. Yeah.
If I wasn't already dead, I would have rather have killed myself before seeing that.
No, yeah,
Flanagan
Vixen
was bobbing his head aggressively the whole time.
Vixen
Inga's
does
clapping.
not hesitate to close the wall on that thing, and she nods and sighs, and she's like, yes, I agree. I'm terribly sorry. I am doing everything in my power to replace that with something less unsightly, but it's simply not in the budget right now.
Flanagan's
That
like,
was
I like
incredible.
Girl, I would
It
do
was
it
incredible.
for free. I would do it for free.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so Vixen gets up from her seat, and she says, let me show you the main workshop. We're actually wrapping up for the day, so you'll be given a more extensive tour.
Wrapping up.
I get it.
Oh, she looks kind of taken aback. She's like, a joke. Oh,
Yes, that was
Okay.
a good old humor joke. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
that's very good. But yes, we are closing for the day. So you'll be given a more extensive tour tomorrow and assign your positions. And with that, she exits the room.
I liked that song.
Inga's gathering
like-
up as any of the books she found, like, she kind of liked, and is taking them with her.
Can I
Okay.
can I do a perception check to see if there's anything that I can take that looks somewhat important or interesting?
Good question. Yes.
While this roll's happening, Flanagan just, he knows he can't take the book fort with him, which was an oversight on his part. but he just takes a handful of as many books, no matter what they say on them.
18 plus
gonna
2.
18? Oh, wow. Okay, so you got a total 20. Yes, you actually see Vixen's identification card. She left it on her desk.
I pick it up.
All
Put it in my
right.
pocket.
Can I help pick up the rest of Count Flanagan's books?
Heck
Yes.
yeah! Another
Yes, you-
royal subject!
Don't,
Please do.
baby, don't be in servitude to that guy.
I'm not. The fort was cool.
No, it's not servitude, it's like a partnership!
Is there anything else I can see that looks expensive?
Not necessarily.
sell it to?
It'll. I mean, like, there's the computer, but unless you want to haul around an entire
Can I see if I
desktop
can get
PC.
Can I see if I can get on the computer?
Yes, you can.
Is there like a screen or anything? Is there like a
Yeah,
lock
yeah. I
screen?
mean, it's password protected.
Can I see if I can guess what the password is by looking at the keys?
Yes, sure.
Okay, like I'm gonna see if I can like see which ones like
Like, search for fingerprints.
yeah. What would
Scan
that
for
be?
prints.
Would that
Scan
be
for prints.
would that be perception or insight?
Investigation.
Okay. 16 plus 2.
18. Okay. Yes, you do see fingerprints on the keys, but the order is not clear. Let me type out what keys you see them on. So, the letters that you see the fingerprints on, and I will also post these just as one thing in the D&D channel, are RALEHAUSLKT.
Anyone
as-
good at anagrams? Anagrams? Is that the word?
I'm personally taking a look over it.
Is anyone good at these?
Keep in mind
As you
Flanagan's
guys-
intelligence.
Yeah, I was about to say, I need to stay in character.
Well, okay, I'm gonna say, as you guys are looking over these, Vixen walks back into the room because she is expecting you to follow her outside into the workshop, and she says, what are you doing?
Looking around.
Books?
Okay, please don't look around my office. There's some confidential information in here.
Well, that's just gonna make me want to look around even more.
Okay. I really, really need you
I'll go
to
with her.
follow me so I can show you. What?
I go with her.
Okay. Does everyone else follow?
Yeah, just go ahead. But
okay.
Victoria's carrying books.
I think
Okay.
3 out of 4 of us are carrying books.
Yeah, she's resigned herself to the fact that you guys are gonna screw with her books. So, like, she doesn't care. Okay, so Vixen leads you through the waiting room and unlocks one of the other closed doors, the one to the right of the couch you were previously sitting on. On the other side is a large circular room. People of various races walk through, packing up their workstations and heading towards the right of the room, where they file through a large door leading to what looks like a bunk area on the other side. Desks, tables, and workshop benches increase in density the closer they are to the center of the room, surrounding a large tube in the exact center. Inside the tube floats a creature you're not entirely sure you've seen before. It has the upper body of a large cat with a mixture of gray and navy blue fur. The lower body, where you would normally expect there to be hind legs, is instead a large aquatic tail, complete with fins and gills. On its forehead protrudes a long horn. The creature's eyes are large and seem to almost glow with a blue bioluminescent glow. In front of this tube is a throne, and on this throne sits a large dragonborn man adorned with elegant bright red clothing. The tips of his scales are a faded white, and he has a very content look on his face as he watches the activity before him. In one hand, he holds a large white cane-shaped staff wrapped in red ribbon and bits of mistletoe. In the other hand, he cradles a snow globe, turning it over in his palm like he's fidgeting. And Vixen speaks up. This
we make him
is...
say, "I don't want to be Santa Claus," and I wish I was
yeah,
Santa
he
Claus.
gets
goes
sent back in time and becomes Tim Allen.
Yeah.
So Vixen says, this is the main center of operations. All of the toys we create are built right here in this room. And that right there, she points to the Dragonborn on the throne, is Roger, the head of our organization, and the one we call the Klaus. Then she points to your left and says, over there are the other office essentials, things like the employee lounge, the storage room, etc. Again, you'll be learning more about your stations tomorrow, so they won't be of any use to you tonight.
Alright.
What is that thing in the tube? What is that?
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, so that is actually Jojo. That is our Yuletide cat.
How bizarre.
He powers our whole workshop. He radiates magical energy. We found him. Well, I didn't find him, but previous executives and the founders of this place found him in one of the lakes surrounding the workshop, and yeah, he's a very powerful guy. That tube leads to the rest of the workshop. Well, not leads to, but it connects to the rest of the workshop, and it powers the entire facility.
How far did we walk to get to here from the other room?
Not very far. The rooms that you've been in so far are all connected, right next to each other, adjacently.
Okay.
So it wasn't very far.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to know?
Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry. I forgot a book in the other room. I will be right back, I swear.
You
turn around and go.
No. You think I'm gonna let you go back and steal more of my books? I'm okay with you carrying around these because you seem very determined.
What if I'm done with these and I'll go put them back and then I'll go get new ones?
I saw you tossing those books behind you. I know you didn't read them.
There's more books on that shelf.
There is, and they're mine.
She's an old woman.
I'm only borrowing them.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
Oh, please, for the love of God, I need this to happen right now.
It's candle nights. I thought this was about the spirit of giving.
Persuasion.
15.
Oh God. I'm gonna say that doesn't pass because she does not want you going back and stealing her books.
Okay, what if I just go back and put the books back? I mean, it's fine. Clearly you don't want me to have them.
Can I have them?
Okay,
yes, very good. And I give them to him.
Okay. If you would like to put the books back, then I will have to follow you. And otherwise, it's about time for you to go to your bunks. Get some rest. I realize it's been a rather confusing few minutes. And you'll need the orientation for tomorrow when you start your work. So
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have to go to sleep?
Yes. Yes. Well, you don't have to go to sleep, but you do have to go to the bunk area.
I hope I get top bunk.
I'm sure we can find it from here. I mean, I'm not stupid. Not sure about that guy, though.
Hi!
Yes. She points to the bunk area. It's to your right, where basically everyone else in the room is filing towards.
Okay, cool.
She says that over there where everyone else is going. Those are the bunk areas. You go inside and you will find next to each other 4 bunks labeled with your names on them. Those are yours. And next to them are chests where you can keep any belongings that you currently have. And, there's some office uniforms and that kind of stuff. So all of your accommodations are there. In the bunk room, there is a rest area. Where you can do your business and take a shower and all that stuff. Connected to it, so won't be very hard to find.
Cool. Got it.
That should hopefully keep you safe. That's a weird word to use, but I'll go with it. Safe for the night.
Cool.
That
sounds like a good word to use.
I know. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. It did sound ominous, but. My brain, I'm tired, snooze.
Can I insight check that? Or,
insight check that specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That shenanigans.
Playing as no one's supposed, he doesn't even pay it any mind.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, insight. God damn it. Fucking 12.
It really was just a fucking Freudian slip, like a weird word choice that she didn't expect.
All right.
Okay.
No sinister intentions behind that word choice whatsoever. Okay, so do you file off to the bunk areas?
I hang back a little bit and I just kind of look at the cat.
Okay.
Inga pretends like she totally knows where she's going and turns and immediately walks back into the other room where the computer is.
Can I see if I notice?
Well, you're gonna have to roll stealth because that's also where Vixen is going.
All right, fucking fine.
Can I see if I notice that?
Yeah, sure.
I'll roll perception too.
Me too.
Fuck, okay. Absolutely.
17, I think.
You got a 17 for perception?
I got a 17 as well, actually.
I got a 10
right.
for perception.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Flanagan doesn't see it. He's just
head back to the bunks. He's just the mindless
He's
sheep.
like, I'm ready to sleep.
Boy, oh boy, I'm ready to get some shut-eye. Being dead's tough.
It was an 18 plus 2, so not a natural 20, but a total 20.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah. You are somehow able to get back into the computer room without Vixen noticing you, even though she is also going back.
All right, I rush to the computer as fast as I can, and in the password, I type in the real Klaus.
Okay. It works. You open up and you see that she has on her browser opened up like some emails. All of them seem rather uninteresting, except for one. And it is an email directed, well, not directed, but sent to Roger, the one that she told you was the Klaus. And in it, I have not prepared a specific message, but the information that you gain from it is that she is worried about an uprising by some ex-workers. And she's relaying these worries to Roger, and she's basically telling Roger to be on the lookout for this uprising and for any intruders that would try and intrude on the workshop's ongoings. And that's basically it for the email. It's just a very sort of it's basically like a memo just saying, hey, some shit's about to go down, I think. So be on guard.
Okay.
And that's about it.
If there's nothing else that looks like I'm going to investigate, I'm gonna like log out and get my ass over to the bookshelf as fast as I can to make it look like I wasn't.
Okay.
I was going back for the books.
Literally, as you reach the bookshelves, Vixen walks back in. She's like, "What the fuck? Are you seriously back in here? You could have. What are you doing? Are you taking more books?"
Well, I did feel bad leaving them all over the floor, so I came to put them back.
Right. Sorry. She walks over to her computer, sits down at the desk, and notices it's unlocked. And she did not log in, and this is curious to her. She kind of looks to you, looks back at the computer. She says, did anyone come in here and mess with my computer and log in?
I don't know, it was just me.
Did you come in here and mess with my computer and log in?
No, I came to put the books back.
Roll a deception check.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not going to be a check, Buster.
I'll actually, since I don't have a set thing to combat, I'm going to make this a contest. And I'm going to roll insight for Vixen.
Damn it, I said no, didn't I? Fuck, I was trying to get my words so I wasn't technically lying, because I did come back to put the books back. 16.
Okay, she got an 11, so she
Jesus.
believes you. She believes you. She kind of she looks at you and she doesn't think you mean any harm whatsoever. She knows that you're very like disoriented in your new environment, and she writes it off as just some fluke, like
I'm
maybe
just
she forgot to log out or
granny.
something.
That's all.
She assumed that you died of dementia.
That adds to it.
Great.
I should have like given you advantage for that. But anyway, so she kind of she waves her hand and she's like, whatever. Just can you please file to the bunk areas? I need to take care of some business and I'd rather not. I'll take care of the books. I'll put the books back. You don't have to worry about it. Although I do appreciate the gesture.
Are you sure, dear?
Yes, I'm sure. I need some privacy.
Well, all right. Have a good night, my love. And then I fucking skip and bop away like the
Okay.
There's some weird
right.
old shit.
So
Alabaster had been heading down the hall to see what was going on, but
well, first off, were you gonna attempt to overhear? Do you want to roll perception to see if you heard anything?
That's a good idea. 17.
Yeah, you heard. You heard all that was said. You don't know what's on the email,
Okay.
unless of course Inga
that's what it
says
was.
to you, but you did hear their conversation, so whatever use that is.
Alabaster's just gonna kind of look at Inga, then look down at the hole and just be like, we better get back to the room then.
Victoria's just been standing there the whole time staring at the, like, catfish with the horn.
The catfish looks at you and kind of, it almost seems like he's smiling at you, Jojo, but he otherwise he's just kind of looking back at you. Like you two are just meeting eyes, like he's just acknowledging that you're standing there.
She's, like, rubbing her chin, like, contemplating, but then she does walk back into the bunks.
Okay, so are you all going to the bunks?
Yeah.
Can I add that while they were doing their stuff, Count Flanagan was doing two very important things.
Okay.
Thing number one is he's doing his best to get a top bunk.
Of course.
He has to get there first so he can get the top bunk. Does he get a top bunk?
Well, your bunks are already assigned, and let me do a bunk check.
Please let him get bottom bunk.
I'm gonna roll a d20. Every even number is gonna be top bunk, and every odd number is gonna be bottom bunk. So let me do this bunk check. Ooh, you got top bunk, my dude.
Yes!
Yeah. So, what was the second thing?
He's gonna try, since all of his friends mysteriously disappeared, all the friends he came in with, he was like, oh, well, I guess I'll try to make a new friend. Is there anyone around who I can make friends with?
Yeah. There are people
can-
who are sleeping. There are people who are trying to sleep. And there are people who are getting ready to sleep. Right next to
You have given me so many good choices.
right next to your bunk. Actually, well, not on the bottom bunk because there's 4 of you, so it'd be even. But on the bottom bunk next to you is a half-elf man who is currently sleeping.
Weighing the options of what would a sane, well-adjusted person do? I wake him up.
Well, before I act all
I shake him awake.
frightened, yeah, you shake him awake.
Actually, no, I don't shake him. I kind of tap his shoulder. Let me rewind that.
Okay, then. So you tap his shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder tap.
Okay.
Be funny if you just screamed.
Don't tempt me.
He stirs a bit, but he's not getting up.
Is there like a bathroom nearby?
Yeah, actually, right next to your bunk is the entryway to the bathroom area.
I grab a towel from it, and are there towels there?
Okay, yes, there are towels. There's like a towel dispenser right next to the door. So you gonna just grab one?
All right, yep. And then Count Flanagan rolls to see if he can make a towel elephant.
All right, roll another knowledge check.
Intelligence?
Is Count Flanagan trying to remember the skills he picked up in Boy Scouts this whole time?
Do you think that we learn how to make towel elephants in Boy Scouts?
I mean, what else would you do?
That's like the
Okay,
second
alright.
badge you get, duh.
All right, campers, welcome to the wilderness. After you're done pitching your tent, we're gonna make towel elephants.
Get ready for towel herdies,
How else are you
campers.
gonna, like, fucking deter beasts from getting into your tents?
slap back?
Did you say this was intelligence or wisdom?
Yeah, intelligence.
Okay, that's a 14.
Okay, you do it. It's not very hard.
All right, I pop the towel elephant on the sleeping dude's sleeping stomach, and then I tap him on the shoulder harder.
Ow!
Not that. Okay, hold on. We need to discuss it more harder.
Flanagan
Wait,
punches the half-elf man.
Wait. Is what are you doing?
I put the towel elephant on his stomach
tummy.
where he's sleeping, so
okay,
that when he
okay,
wakes
okay.
up, he sees the towel elephant sleeping on him.
Okay, for some reason I took that as an attack. That was weird. Okay. So you tap him again,
Yeah.
and he stirs a little bit more. He's like, ugh, what?
Gary says hi.
He opens his eyes and looks at you, and he looks at the towel elephant, and he knocks it off and turns back around.
Yes.
The disrespect.
Top 10 anime betrayals. That wasn't very nice to Gary.
Fuck off. Let me sleep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We'll catch up in the morning. What's your, name?
Dororin.
Draren.
Dororin.
Roar.
Yes.
Door.
Yes. It's Door. Now go
All right,
away.
see you in the morning, Buster Brown.
Okay.
Or should I say Buster Door?
It's Dororin. See you later.
All right.
And then he climbs back into the top bunk, proud that he's made a new friend.
All right. Catching up with Flanagan. What is everyone else doing?
Wandering back to the bunk.
All right. I'll go ahead and say that you guys have made it to the bunks, and are you guys just gonna go ahead and get ready to bed?
I
Can I
went
look
to
over
bed?
and see if I can see Gary?
Yeah. Gary's Flanagan disregarded Gary after making his new friend because he didn't need him anymore, and he's on the floor.
Can I just pick up Gary? I don't know the
Yeah,
story,
sure.
but I'm just gonna pick up the
Yeah,
towel.
you don't know this. You don't know the story behind Gary, but you determined that this towel elephant is good luck.
True.
Inga has is it still light or is the lights off because people are going to sleep?
It's lights off. People are sleeping.
Okay, Inga casts light on the rim of her glasses so that when she's looking at something, she can see it in the dark, right? Okay, and she's fixing her explosives if she still has them.
Okay.
Because I have to reset them every night, so that's what she's doing.
All right. So, are you going to be doing that for a large chunk of the night? Instead of sleeping?
Not instead of sleeping, but it's probably going to take a few hours.
Okay.
Alabaster.
what do the rest of you do?
Alabaster wanted to talk to Inga because they overheard the conversation,
Okay. Sure. Go ahead.
and they kind of.
I'll go ahead and say that Victoria is on the bottom bunk below Flanagan, and Inga is top bunk. And
Well, I mean,
on
we're
the other
snuggling,
bunk.
so
What?
we don't need two beds.
Oh, okay. well, that's what the labels are, and then Alabaster's label is underneath Inga's bunk, but you guys can snuggle up, pair up, however you want.
Here we snuggle. But
Snug.
Okay.
for now, Alabaster is there stairs? Is there a staircase that climbs up onto the bunk?
Yeah. There's a ladder.
Yeah. Alabaster kind of gets Inga's attention. Hey,
Inga doesn't look up, but her ear perks up at whatever you did. I don't know what you did.
I went. Hey,
Oh, Inga's ear moves, but she doesn't look up from her explosive.
I heard you talking to Vixen.
Yes, I did do that.
Shh. And the computer was open, and I didn't have time to do it earlier.
It wasn't me.
No. Okay. Let's say,
I love Inga.
let's say that it was you. Did you manage to find anything out?
There were lots of books in that room.
Listen, I'll give you 15 gold if you tell me what was on the computer.
I'll give you 30.
I'll give you
Who says you can hear? Just kidding. You can definitely hear. Inga's not quiet.
I'll give you a knuckle sandwich.
Hello, Sonny.
Honestly,
I didn't open the computer.
she's old and works with explosives. Her hearing is
Yeah.
a little.
Oh god.
Can I just say it's ironic how the person who had got the most progress done with the computer was an elderly woman?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Honestly, it's so
I would
good.
like to share that Inga's intelligence is 19.
That's
so
good.
She's smart as hell.
She's smart.
Are you gonna tell me or are you not?
How much gold?
15.
30. 40.
Come here, my boy. Come here.
Flanagan rolls off of the bunk.
Onto the floor, the 8-foot drop.
He has a cat-like landing.
Says the dice.
Fucking roll for it.
Yeah, Ryan, roll a dexterity check with that bold claim.
Yeah, 19. Cat-like landing.
I was gonna say, I think it's just so funny if he just rolled off and went, oh!
He literally 3-point lands.
And then just jumps right back up. Tell me, But
What's
okay,
up?
but he does do a cat-like landing, and it is strangely impressive. You are not expecting
What's up, Pip?
this kind of competence.
Do you come over to the bed, or are you just on the
Yeah.
floor now?
No, I come over to Pip. I come over to
okay.
Inga and I say, "What's up, Pip?"
Inga holds out her hand.
Count Flanagan high fives it.
Me or
Well, that
him?
was very cute, dear. Money first. Information second.
Oh yeah. That kind of leads to a question. Do we have all the stuff that we had on our person when we died, or?
I'll say you have most of it. You have all your money.
Dope.
And I will say I'll say by default you don't have any of like your magical items, but if you want to keep one, you can tell me which one you would like to keep, and I'll let you do it depending on what it is, how powerful it is, etc.
So if I have no magical weapons, do all my explosives and gunpowder and everything remain with me?
No, you can have your explosives and
Great.
stuff. That's like
If I have no
integral to
magical
your
items,
character.
do I still have my warhammer?
Yes.
If I have no magical items, can I
You
still
have
hold on
have
to
like
Gary?
all your basic weapons and stuff. Like you have weapons on you. Like you
I
have
have-
most of your stuff.
If I have no magical items, then what about my amazing magical personality?
Hey.
That's a package deal.
no one could take that away if they tried.
Anyway, so Flagon puts 40 smackaroons in Inga's
I
hand.
put the 15 that I have.
Okay, Inga just like lightning quick grabs it and puts it in a hidden compartment in her backpack. Just her backpack, actually. I'll save that for later.
Oh.
I'm preparing an insight check.
Good luck beating my sleight of hand. Mwahaha. Okay, come close.
Flagon gets all up in there.
Can Victoria listen in? She has big ears.
I also have big ears, so I'm just gonna kind of lean in a little bit.
Flagon gets in there with his normal size ears.
On that computer, when I opened it, it was on her emails. And on those emails, there were messages to Roger. He was Klaus, right? Yes?
Yeah.
I kind of listened.
Yeah.
More than not, I listened to most of it.
I didn't listen to any of it, honestly. She just faded in
Most
the
of them
background.
said that she was very worried about some sort of uprising. Some sort of ex-worker uprising. And that
wonder
Roger
why.
should be aware.
That fucking
But I
video
don't know
made
where
me
these
homicidal.
ex-workers are coming from. Considering we came from Limbo, they're either, or we are in Limbo. I wasn't listening there either.
I don't know, man.
Are they returning from their afterlife, or are they coming from purgatory because they were sent back after dying? She did mention that.
I say we have a day where we just look over the whole situation, see what's going on in this place, and gather some intelligence or something. Then we can make an educated decision based on what we can do.
Well, Flapjack, that was pretty clever of you.
Flapjack.
Maybe I was wrong about you.
Thanks!
I mean, why wait? Why don't we go now?
Sounds good to me.
Inga starts getting off the bed.
Me too.
Well, as you guys do that, you hear a small voice from not like right next to the bunk, but from reasonably close. You hear a small voice that says, "We don't have the time to do that."
Door?
What?
Yes, I am the... No. Do you want to roll perception to see
Yes.
if you see where this voice comes
Yup.
from?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
19! Oh!
14! Inga has fucking no idea.
Plus 2.
15.
19 plus 2, 22.
19, 14, 15, what is
I
Flanagan?
had,
as well.
I had plus 2 on mine, so.
All right.
14 as well.
No, 21.
You all look around and you see, not really in any specific place, like she's just kind of standing there. She's a small gnome woman. She doesn't look very particularly interesting. She is holding a dagger. Well, she's not like holding it. She doesn't have it like at the ready, but she has a short sword, a dagger, and a battle axe, all equipped. She's wearing some basic armor, and she looks up at you and she says, "I need you all to come with me."
In Goblin, I say, "Who might you be, dear?"
We can go over that stuff later. I can't be here for very long. We have to go.
Can I insight check her? Oh, can I use my trained eye yet again?
Yes,
I have
you
true
can.
sight,
And
but-
I'll go ahead and tell you this. I'll go ahead and tell you all this, and you can chalk this up to your insight as well. Okay. She looks nervous, like very nervous. She doesn't want to be here, and she's very sincere right now. She wants you guys to come with her.
Same.
All right, then yeah, I go.
Alabaster wakes up Victoria and takes her along.
Thankfully, Victoria was not all the way asleep. She was listening with her eyes closed.
Do you all follow?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. So she walks you guys, and it's a rather close call, because the only exit from the workshop, she's leading you guys out of the workshop, but the only exit out of the workshop is from the waiting room. But you guys managed to sneak past Vixen's office. The door is shut by the time you guys get there, so Vixen doesn't see you guys sneak out. She sneaks you out of the office, past any potential security. And you guys managed to make it out through the parking lot of the workshop and past the workshop gates. And she kind of stands. She waits there outside the gates for you guys to follow. And once you reach there, she says, "Okay, I can't tell you everything here, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that we are heading to a secret area, a very very important secret area. It's like a hideout. You guys like hideouts?"
Yeah.
I've hid
hideouts are
before.
Can I equip my
Okay.
clawed glove?
Yeah, sure.
I equip that.
What does that do?
It's a clawed glove, so it's like a gauntlet with claws on it.
Okay. Cool. Does it have any special properties?
Nope, just awesome.
It's just a fucking cool glove.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can
All
I
right.
pull
I
out
look
my
legit
so-
warhammer
hideout.
just to have that out?
So Yuki says, "I know you've probably already had a pretty confusing day and you're probably very tired and want to sleep or something, but I really appreciate you guys coming with me. So if you'll follow me just a little bit longer, we're going to go past Town Square and we're going to go to the hideout. We have a pub hideout. And you can get some
Pub?
drinks and stuff. Yeah, it's a pub. You can get some drinks, and you'll meet our leader, and you'll learn about the mission we have for you, and it's gonna be great. So follow me." And then she runs off.
How old does she look?
She doesn't look. She's not like a kid. She does look young though. But she seems just very excitable. That chalk that up to the fact that she's very nervous. And
She's like a teen.
Yeah, she's a bit frazzled. She's like she's on the move. So she runs off. Are you guys gonna keep following her?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I got nothing else to do.
All right, so you guys do. You run past a town square. This place isn't very like robust. There's a few shops, but all of them are closed for the night. But she leads you to a building. It is unnamed. It is an unnamed building, and you guys walk inside, and you see, as she promised, a pub. And in the pub are tons of gnomes. There are gnomes everywhere, except for the current bartender, who is a half-orc woman, and she is tending to some of the gnomes' orders. And the gnomes all kind of eye you
I guess.
as you walk in.
I guess
What?
nobody knows the trouble she's seen.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Nobody
Yes, indeed.
knows.
That's a good pun.
Thanks.
So you guys walk into the pub, and a lot of the gnomes are just like kind of hanging out there. Some of them are up dancing and stuff to like, I guess there's like a jukebox. I don't know. I didn't prepare a jukebox, but I'll go ahead and use my god powers to put a jukebox in there. So now there's a jukebox.
You did it.
Some of them are taking orders, and some of them eye you as you walk in, and their eyes light up, and they seem very happy to see you and the gnome lady that you followed. She leads you through the pub, and she leads you to a non-specific booth, and she says, "Sit down, please."
Flanagan goes over to the bar and asks for a pitcher of ale first.
Okay. The half-orc woman takes your order. Yeah.
Hit me up with some of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey,
And,
I like the service.
Thank you so much. I'm the owner of this place, so I'd hope it's pretty good.
Nice.
I'd hope
So-
I know how to do my job.
Nice. So I'm sure. By the way, quick question. Kind of blew in. Where are we?
You are in an establishment that I have not named.
No, I'm talking about, like, the town.
The town?
Yeah, like the whole town area. I see it's kind of dead. Like, where in the world are we if we were Carmen San Diego, you know?
Well, obviously we're in San Diego.
Yeah, this is San Diego.
Heaven, San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, it's San Diego. That's what this town is called.
Excellent.
As I decree it. All right, so she prepares your drink, and she hands it to you, and she says, it's really good to see you here. Actually, thanks for coming. You guys are going to be real important.
Oh, I'm glad that my presence is finally appreciated. And with that, I pick up the pitcher of ale and I walk over to the rest of the party.
The little gnome woman looks at the drink and looks at you. And she says, "Oh, I hope you enjoy that drink. Mish is a wonderful bartender. We really appreciate her. She's given us this place to hide out in. We're really not supposed to be here, mingling like this. But that's for later. So I can't explain everything to you. That's not my job.
Seems
but
like
I am going
everyone's
to.
like that. Can't explain bullshit to us.
No, not everyone. I'm going to introduce you to the one who can.
Cool.
Soon. As in like a couple minutes. She's just getting ready, I assume. Anyway, my name's Yuki.
Well, hi, Yuki.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm really glad to see you guys. Thanks so much for coming.
What exactly do you do here, dear?
Oh, I'm a soldier. I do the good work of our leader Noelle, and I help her get the job done.
What job would that be?
Yeah.
Resistance.
Oh.
So you're one of the ex-workers.
Yeah, we all are.
Why are you all gnomes? I mean, not to be, like, racist, but, like, just out of curiosity, it's a weird coincidence.
I don't know. I don't know 'em. Haha. Jokes.
You did it this
Good
time.
one.
Good job.
I guess that's just kind of like where we fell in. I honestly couldn't tell you. It's been like this for years.
So are you dead then?
No.
Just us? It's just us? Just us four?
No.
Oh,
What?
are we even dead?
Yes.
Well, how do you know that we're dead?
Cause we heard.
Heard
From
from where?
Noelle. She found out. She got an ear on the inside.
But what?
We just got
All
here.
right. Let me go and grab her. I realize it. I'm not so good at the explaining. I'll get out of your way. So Yuki gets up and walks into one of the back rooms to get this woman that she calls Noelle.
I mean, it figures out that I would die on candle nights. With my adoring fans waiting for me.
Am I able to see how I die now? I think it's about time Inga probably starts
Yeah,
wondering.
sure.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Whoop! Oh, fuck me. Even Inga sucks.
God
damn it.
What'd you get?
Rolling in intelligence?
What did you roll, Ryan?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah,
Oh,
go
great.
ahead. Yeah.
That's a super solid 6.
Well, yeah. Again, you don't remember the specifics of it, but you remember surprise, fear, and you remember fear, but not enough to like dwell on. It was a very sudden surprise and fear. And then that's it.
I probably assume it was just one of my own explosives. I'm old and I'm a goblin and I do explosives. It was probably one of those three. That's probably what I'm thinking.
All right, so you guys want to talk for a little bit while
Yeah.
Yuki gets her thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her thing, the person.
Can Victoria hold Alabaster's arm and go, "You still do have one fan here."
Of course.
Thank you, baby. At least I still
love
got you. I love you too. Alabaster kind of like slumps their head down on the table and takes a drink.
Hug. Big tiefling orc hug. Strong arms.
So, Inga, like, what did you do back when you were, like, living?
I made explosives, dear. I'll be right back. And I shimmy out of the booth. And I go over to the bar.
All
That
right.
was fun.
Mish turns around and says, "Hey, can I get you something?"
Yes, I just have a few questions for you. We're new in town.
I know.
You know too from Noel.
Yes. Yeah, all of us here in the pub are in the know.
How
Noel's-
did you come here? How did you
You're
end
in
up
the
here?
know.
Well, I was friends with a few of these gnomes. I ran another pub. That was sort of like the general hangout spot. In San Diego, but that kind of went out of business after the gnomes kind of lost their jobs and didn't have money anymore. But you know, I managed, and now I run this underground pub for them because things are about to get a lot better. So I thought it was the least I could do to help out and give them a place to hang and you know, scheme.
That's so kind of you, dear. That's just so generous. It's so good to see. Is she young?
Is she young? Yeah, she's reasonably young.
It's so
she's
nice
not like...
to see young people like you doing good deeds like this.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it was a why not. I mean, I like doing the stuff anyway, so.
Can I wander over there and be a part of this conversation?
Hey, we got another one. Y'all want a drink?
I got some ale over there, but you were talking about.
Oh yeah, the fancy guy.
You were talking about these gnomes lost their jobs.
Well, not necessarily lost. I mean, I probably shouldn't be the one telling you this, but they quit. They weren't happy with the conditions. You'll hear more about it once Noel comes out, but They quit. This is a sort of pact that we got going.
So
Did they quit or were they fired?
They quit.
Why?
It wasn't a firing. I mean, like, it may have. I think one of them got fired. I think Noel got fired actually, but the rest of them just followed suit.
So this was a job that you could quit from.
They could, yeah.
So were they working for what?
I mean,
project?
it was. I mean, I will say it wasn't like an official quit. It was very sort of. It wasn't the most peaceful breaking off. You know, they're not allowed in the premises anymore. That kind of thing.
So.
Oh, I know.
It was
this
very
I know
not
the
mutual.
So are we actually dead?
Yeah.
If the gnomes aren't dead, are you dead?
Yes.
Then why aren't the gnomes dead?
I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you.
So like, why is everyone so happy to see us?
Here. Well, I'll just have Noelle tell you about it. Here she comes now. And you look over, and you see Yuki walk back out, and behind her, another gnome woman, with white hair, long white hair, and icy blue eyes. You assume this is Noelle. She walks outside, and she eyes you guys, and she gives you a kind smile. And she says, "Hello."
Hi.
Hi.
Hail and well met.
I see you followed Yuki to our hideout. Here, why don't we gather together, and I'll tell you what's going on.
I sit back down at the very edge of the seat, though.
I would like to use my trained eye on pretty much every new person we meet.
Yeah, no, understandable.
Also, I have true sight, so if
What is true sight?
I'll send it to you.
So you can see like shapeshifters illusion. You can see past shapeshifters illusions.
Oh
and,
yeah, she's real. She's genuine as fuck.
Okay, I'm still suspicious.
Okay. So Noelle walks over. Are you guys still in the booth? Did you move back to the booth?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, she walks over to the booth. Yuki sits back down in the seat that she prepared, I assume. She just kind of like pulled up a seat, and Noelle stands beside her. She doesn't sit. She says, "Welcome to our hideout. Thank you guys so much for coming."
No problem.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I felt like Door wasn't really giving a lot of dividends, so I felt like this might work a bit better.
He wasn't giving a lot of dividends.
Who is Door?
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
I don't, but okay.
Why are we here?
Why are you here? Okay, yeah, that's the question of the day. I imagine you've been asking that a lot. We need your help, very badly. My name is, as you probably know, Noel, and I am
Is there
the
an
leader.
L in your name?
Yes, there are 2 of them.
Really? Because I thought there was no L.
Fancy
I'm
dude.
gonna push him off the
I
seat.
wish I could rip.
It's okay. I'm gonna push him off. Okay.
Oh, you split my sides. That is.
She likes my jokes. You can't be that bad.
Yes, I love jokes. I just love jokes very much. Thank you. You know what? Little moments of levity like that are the kind of things that keep us going here at the Resistance. And yes, by the way, this is the Resistance. And you 4 are going to be an asset to our team. We need something very important. I don't know if you've seen the Klaus.
Yeah.
But he is carrying around the candy staff. It's this staff that just, it looks like a candy cane, to be quite frank, which is probably why they call it that. It's very powerful. I'm sorry. I'm excited to get this plan going. I'm having trouble formulating words.
Why?
Just take your time.
Okay. So we used to work for the Vroilik Klaus initiative, but the direction that the heads of this company were taking it in it wasn't favorable. The leader, the Klaus, usually keeps a list of good and bad children and determines what children get presents and what children get coal. I'm sure you've heard the legends.
I was always on the nice list.
I doubt that, but no, she doesn't say I doubt that. That was instinctive. That was B talking. That wasn't Noel.
A powerful character can make you fight against your instincts.
Yeah. Flanagan saying he belongs on the nice list is a classic power move. But so we realized that with every passing year, the standard of goodness in children was getting higher. And fewer kids were meeting the standard, and fewer kids were receiving their presents on the solstice, and fewer of them were feeling joy on those days, and we couldn't stand it more. The bad list was growing and growing with every passing year, and it still is to this day. And I tried to stop it. I tried to talk to the Klaus, but he kept telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about, and that it wasn't his problem, and that he couldn't do anything about it, and I just couldn't stand it. So I left, and all of the workers followed me, and now we're here, and we've been here for a while now, without jobs and without purpose, and we need things to go back to the way they were.
So what was happening was this
Do you
Klaus
know
guy
why?
didn't understand moral grayness.
I don't know. He didn't listen to reason. I didn't even get the chance to have a real discussion with him about it.
Right.
He kicked me out.
Can I do
of
insight?
his. Yeah, sure.
19 plus.
Yeah, you understand that she is being very genuine right now.
Okay.
Everything she's saying to you, she's saying with true emotion.
Okay.
Like she really wants things to go back to the way they were. And she continues. She's like, so I have a plan, and it may sound a little bit, I don't know, full of myself, but I think that I would be a wonderful Klaus, and I want to change the world for the better, but we can't get back in for very long. I mean, of course, we had Yuki break into the workshop and retrieve you, but that's about as far as we can go.
Speaking of, there's like hundreds of dudes in there. What makes us so special?
Well, because you are temporary. The worst thing that can happen to you right now is that your job will end earlier than it was going to end anyway. And then you'll just continue where you were.
Sounds fair to me.
Yes, and you don't belong here forever. At least not if you don't choose to belong here after you're assigned. So,
We still get into heaven if we betray the Klaus.
Absolutely. And in fact, that leads me to one of my other points and why I think you should, follow us along. Not only would you be helping us improve the state of the living world and improve the lives of children all over the world, but if I had that staff, that all-powerful staff that could make me Klaus, I could potentially reinstate your position in the living world.
Okay, I'm in.
And if you didn't want to go back to the living world, I could maybe influence the higher-ups a little bit with what little power I have and put in a good word to get you into the afterlife that you desire.
Okay.
But as I am now, I don't have that kind of power. So I need you to go into the workshop right now, tonight, and get that candy staff.
Where is it, Cap?
We're not sure exactly, but we do have a guess, and we have maps that we have prepared for you, of the general workshop area. We think it is connected to the Klaus's study. None of us have actually been in his study, but just based on general rumor, we assume that there is a closet in his study that contains the staff.
Okay.
If you agree to this task, we will give you, proper maps, and we just need you to go in there, get the staff, and come back.
Cool.
Sounds simple enough.
If Victoria's in, I'm in.
I'm definitely in this.
And what about you two? She looks at Flanagan and Inga.
I was never one for, working, so I think this is a much more fun idea.
I'm just concerned how we get back in, considering we just snuck out. How do we explain our return?
We could say that we got lost.
Ain't everybody sleeping?
I can't give you an answer to that, but I can say that it'll be much easier for you who are supposed to be there to explain why you're coming back in than it would be for us to explain why we're there. So
Cool.
We could say we were out smoking or something. I don't know. We're already
What
dead,
is-
so...
What is, Yuki doing?
Yuki is just listening. She's looking at Noelle very respectfully.
Is anyone else watching our conversation?
Yeah, not everyone, but a few of the ears surrounding you have kind of perked up to your conversation and have kind of... They're not trying to be too invasive, but they are very excited about this plan and are very excited about putting Noelle in charge, so people are looking.
Okay, so Flanagan's going to do this silently.
Oh no.
Let me just check to make sure.
Roll to fart.
Roll to fart.
Roll sleight of butt. So Flanagan's got this spell called Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, motherfucker.
For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast a spell, and as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind.
Okay.
If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind.
Okay.
I want to read this homegirl's, Noelle's thoughts.
So you don't roll it first and you just hear her...
Yeah, first one's just surface thoughts.
Surface thoughts?
Yeah.
She is nervous and she is worried that you won't say yes. She just very much wants you to say yes, and she wants you to go tonight.
Alright, well, might as well roll to see if I can go deeper.
Okay.
That's a wisdom saving throw.
Alright. Ooh.
14.
Okay. So you don't hear anything deeper. Yes, I I can imagine. Just given your demeanor, you seem like a very fancy guy.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have much for you, other than the maps, and I do apologize for that, but hopefully they will at least help your, navigation. And I do, have confidence that you'll be able to pull this off. There's not a whole lot of security at night. There's a couple, fail-safe security measures.
Like,
It's been a while. I don't know if they've changed them, but there are a couple guards present. And you also may have to fight some sort of robot.
Dope.
Why
Yeah.
a robot?
So Noelle eyes Inga, who I don't think has given a definitive answer yet, and she's kind of wondering if... I guess just waiting for her to say something.
I was hoping I could sneak by. I'm trying to see what I have and what I could do. Because I have something very specific in mind.
Actually, I have a quick question.
Sure, what's your question?
So you want to get the candy staff, right?
Yes.
Do you know how to use it? It sounds like it's got a lot of power behind it.
Yes, I do. I've studied quite a bit about the lore surrounding magical items in the workshop and that kind of thing. I am confident that I know how to use it. Maybe not perfectly, maybe not to its fullest potential, but I am confident that I could use it enough to get my foot in the door.
Count Flanagan kind of aloofly puts his elbow on the table, giving her like a very sly look, pulls a random book out of his jacket and says, "You mean something like this bad boy?"
Yes, something like that. Where did you get that?
Oh, not too important. Anyway, can you figure out what it says? And I slide it over to her.
Yeah, okay, she opens it up, and she sighs, kind of like, not like disappointed or anything, but she's like, this is definitely part of that series. It's not the complete information, but there are chapters in here that
Count
pertain
Flanagan pulls
to
out 2 more books.
to knowledge of. Okay.
Victoria pulls out 3 books.
Okay. Are these for me? Like, what?
Merry Candle Night.
Solstice came early.
Flanagan turned towards Inga, and we have a bit of a sidebar. He's like, "Inga, sidebar?
What do you want, dear?
You read those books, right?
Yes?
So if you got a hold of the candy staff, then you could..."
Don't even think about it, dude.
How can you hear us?
We shout everything you say.
Roll perception.
She hears all. Okay.
Just for the courtesy of keeping this moment, I'm gonna say Noelle doesn't hear this, but she's very she looks a bit worried, knowing that you guys are whispering amongst yourselves after bringing up the fact that reading these books will give you the power to control the staff.
We're just deciding.
Okay, so 16 plus.
We're
17,
we're still determining this. Sorry, we have to have a bit of discussion amongst ourselves, because, I mean, it could lead to some punishment. Like, if the Klaus guy currently, like, whoever, Victor or whatever, if he's if he's got the staff now and we get on his bad side, he could send a bad note into our judgment men.
That's true.
It send us to super hell.
The heck?
So we have to consider it. I keep whispering to Inga.
Super hell is for the worst of the worst. You guys definitely wouldn't get sent to super hell.
Oh, really?
Hold my drink.
Noelle's eyes widen at that.
I turn back to Inga and say, "I mean, just saying, if you feel confident, I feel like this would be a very good opportunity for you."
I kind of pat his arm with my one hand.
Why is Flanagan like Inga's wingman right now? like go get him, big girl. Like,
because I'm supportive of my new friend Pip.
I did roll at 18.
You didn't hear shit! Fuck off! Inga turns to Noelle. Who is your most trusted force, trusted person?
Oh, that would be Yuki right here. And she pats Yuki on the head, and Yuki just kind of, ow, thank you.
On one condition, we will help you. I will help you on one condition.
Yes?
Either you or Yuki must accompany us and must come with us. If we're putting ourselves on the line, one of your people must do the same.
Okay.
I have a disguise kit that she could use.
I guess we can determine amongst ourselves who will come. And then Yuki speaks up in the middle of her sentence. I'll go. You're much too important for the cause. I have to go.
I mean, Inga holds that sentence.
We have ourselves a new friendo.
Friend squad.
Yeah. Noelle says, okay then, Yuki. Just be careful. All of you, be careful. It's not the most dangerous task, but, you know.
Is there any sort of payment for this?
Yes, getting your life back.
Being not dead.
I would like half up in advance. And Inga pulls out her hand. Holds it out.
You want material money?
I'll take whatever you have, my dear. Money works very well.
They don't have jobs.
I like you, Inga.
Well, they will have jobs once we complete this task. So some money right now is just good faith for the future.
An investment.
Okay.
Exactly.
Trust me, I'm very good with finances. This is a good deal.
I'm sure you are.
I don't have any money on me, but I do have something of value. And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a little pendant. It's like a little necklace. And at the end of it is a little silver star. And she holds it out
as fast as fucking possible. Inga snatches that shit.
Oh,
and it is in her bag.
Wait a second. If this little lady's getting some wealth, I think we need to get in on the action. Did we see a fountain walking into the pub?
Yeah. I mean, like, not near the pub, but in the middle of the town square, there's a fountain.
Who's the owner of the town?
I don't know him personally.
Well, if you ever get to him, think you can maybe, levy the rights of a certain circular plot of land?
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
if we come back out of this alive, well, not alive, I want that fountain to have my name on it.
The Klaus has a lot of lean in this town, so I could do that as long as you guys help me out.
Cool.
And you, Inga, I will have to ask that you return that to me when you've brought back the staff. I am very sorry, but that was my mother's.
Oh, I understand, dear.
Yes, but it can be replaced, so it all will not be lost in terms of value. But are you all set? Oh, I almost forgot. Sorry. And she pulls out a little circular container, and she places it on the table. This is the map. She opens it up and pulls out a piece of parchment and rolls it out, and on it you see this map. And for those listening, I'll probably post the map on Twitter or something once this episode has gone up.
Come on, Discord.
I like the question marks.
Yes, that room doesn't have a specific purpose. It's just kind of a room. The architects weren't the smartest people, which is weird given this is such an important position or organization.
So you think that room is just empty?
It's not empty, no. There are some guards in there that guard the elevator. And the elevator, we believe, leads to the Klaus's room, which is why the guards are there.
IT, like the IT department?
Yes, that is IT.
What's an IT department?
It's the technological center of the office. They help out with all the computers and that kind of stuff, keep everything in working order. They fix any malfunctions with JoJo if something's going wrong. They also just tend to JoJo in general.
Okay, cool. Sorry, it's just I come from this game called Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm a bit new to this whole computer thing.
Yes, we've made many technical advances in the world above.
Noelle, I have this, and I kind of put the key card on the table. What clearance does it give me, if you know any? It's Vixen's.
Oh, that is interesting. I can't tell you exactly what you could do with it, but having her valuable key card on you definitely might sway some guards if necessary.
Could I, upon seeing this, could I take out, start rummaging in my bag and pull out my forgery kit and just trying to make as many of these as I can and try to replicate them?
Sure, yeah.
As best as I can.
I guess roll for that?
Question mark? Let me see what forgery kit says. It just says...
Yeah, just do intelligence.
Okay.
That seems the most fitting.
19.
Yeah, you do it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Whatever you want.
Alright, I just try to make as many replicas as I can, or as many things close enough for all of us to have one to look like we're our own little, squad.
Noelle and Yuki are watching in awe because you're doing this at lightning speed.
Do you mind if I hold on to the one for Vixen, just in case?
No, it's mine.
Please?
No, fuck you.
Please?
Fuck off.
Alright, fine. I got it.
My girlfriend will bite your head off if you say anything else to me.
Alright, what are you gonna do with it?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Oh, I was gonna say the same thing for me.
What?
So I can, alter myself. I have an alter self spell. I was gonna, if shit got nasty, I could, disguise myself as Vixen, flawlessly.
Well, I mean, we've got copies now.
Yeah, but, I figured maybe, the people working there know each other.
I do think being escorted by someone who actually works there might help us.
Fine.
Aha! 5 points to me getting the key card.
Fine.
Okay.
Card thing.
Gracias. Yes. Thank you. Thank you all so much. You have no idea how many lives you're going to... I mean, I guess you do have some idea since I've drilled in the point. But you're gonna change a lot of lives tonight. If we can get this done. So I thank you so much. I have to go now, though. I'm gonna go back into my quarters, discuss with Yuki the rest of your plans, and I guess good luck. And then with that, she walks off back into her...
I can disguise Yuki, by the way.
Okay.
So she can, get in there without being suspicious.
Yeah, Yuki looks at the rest of you and smiles. Are we ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, but Victoria just does the I'm watching you thing with her fingers at Flanagan.
Yuki stands up on her seat and turns around to the rest of the gnomes. Huzzah! And the rest of them go, huzzah! And then she yeah! Tonight's the night!
Let's do it.
Let's do it right.
Let's go. All right. So you're going to head back to the workshop now?
Are we not going to formulate a plan?
Who needs plans?
No, I think plans are very important, dear.
I concur.
Right. That's... I agree. That's probably a good idea.
Okay, so here's the plan I have so far. This map doesn't have an entrance on it.
Yeah. The entrance is in the waiting room. That's the door on the
cool.
curved wall.
Yeah, cool. Coming to the entrance, I'll escort, but then it'll be expected for us to go towards the bunk area.
Unless we're disguised, we have our badges I've just created, by the way.
Oh, that's true.
We could go straight through the employee lounge.
Maybe you all can be new recruits.
Well, technically we are, so...
We?
Well, new recruits as in, new administrative recruits. After all, judging by the fact that Vixen was, working with us, I'm assuming she's HR or something.
I can do this. And I just turned into a human.
Sunni trickery. You can appear as a human indefinitely using a very simple illusion
Yeah,
magic.
I just turned into a human right there.
Whoa, you just turned into a human!
Thanks.
Wow, you just turned into a human!
Thanks.
Alright, what's the disguise situation for, Yuki?
I do have an extra set of clothing.
I have a
you would
disguise
like.
kit.
Well, I don't know if they'll let me in. Because I'm a gnome and...
That's why we're disguising you, dear.
Yeah, but
Can you disguise her as a goblin?
Could you not just cast Alter Self, but on her? You don't need the disguise, the gnome does.
Well, I mean, it's called... Actually, it's disguise, but it's called disguise self.
That
which
is
means-
true.
Trust me, if I could give it to you, I would. Don't get me wrong.
Well, if push comes to shove, I can just hit somebody.
Hitting is always good.
I've got a backpack. You could hide in my backpack.
That'd be a little suffocating, but if we just want to do it while we're getting in, and then I could like jump out and maybe do some fighting later on, then sure,
yeah.
that works.
She's just gonna sit in the back.
Backpack, no.
I'll
no.
get in there.
Backpack, no.
Backpack, no.
I'll just
Backpack, no.
no.
Backpack.
yeah, I'll just get right in there. And she climbs up on the table. Get me in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, huzzah!
coolest
And the
thing
rest of the
I've
dudes
ever
go,
done.
huzzah!
Backpack, no.
Backpack gnome. Is it open?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, she jumps in.
I zip it up, but leave like a little air hole.
She breathes right through it. She puts her mouth up to it and goes,
Try not to be.
breathable as hell.
Try not to.
It's like Egyptian cotton. It breathes like hell.
Yeah. Like super hell, which is a real
We
place.
could go to if we fuck this up. Let's go.
Nah, you guys couldn't go to super hell.
Oh, really?
Again.
Still funny the second time.
No.
Yeah. You don't know how I died. I mean, technically, I don't know how I died.
Oh my god, yeah!
Good. Yeah, I think this is a good place to see if I can remember how I died.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Please don't let me fall like the rest of my comrades.
I want to try as well.
Yeah, by the way, Kay, while Red is rolling, yeah, Noel said that they believe the staff is somewhere in a room right next to the Klaus's study. And the Klaus's bedroom and study and that potential room is not on the map that they have. But she did mention that the elevator leads to the Klaus's room.
Okay.
Yeah, the elevator leads to the Klaus's room, and then when you're in the room, that's you'll be able to look for it in there next to his study, which is connected to it. So.
I got a 16.
I got a 15
Okay.
plus 0, so.
You guys don't remember your deaths in their entirety, but you do remember images kind of flash back to you, and the emotions paired with those images, and you remember the moments before. You remember what you were going to do, and you see images of the moments leading up to your death. You don't remember the exact moment of your deaths, but you do remember the context surrounding it. And I will actually let you guys come up with that yourself if you'd like.
Okay, I remember that I was with Victoria. That's definitely a thing. It was probably super dramatic, like I got hit by a stage light or something.
Yeah, like you were up performing, and a stage light, a saboteur,
Yeah.
who hates the theater.
Well, I mean, I was a spy. Maybe it was like one of my spy.
Yeah,
Guys.
yeah, one of your spy guys who hates the theater.
Yeah.
Maybe Victoria was trying to stop it, and then
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
both
yeah,
ripped.
yeah, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was sabotaging. They were sabotaging the set, and a stage light fell down on top of Alabaster, and Victoria saw this, and instead of fighting off the theater-hating hooligan,
The theater haters.
the theater
That's the
haters,
name of their-
that's
Yeah.
evil spy organization.
Yes.
The next Spagoots Realm one-off confirmed.
The theater haters.
But Victoria jumped out of the way. Well, not jumped out of the way, jumped into the way, as a matter of fact, to save Alabaster. But unfortunately, you both were caught.
And crashed to death.
R.I.P.
Yep. It's all over the news, but you wouldn't know
Yeah.
because you're dead.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just thought of something stupid.
What?
What?
Okay.
So, imagine this situation. You're working at Vierges Klaus.
Vrolik Klaus.
Yeah, that. All of a sudden, I'm gonna have to remember that for this plan.
Write it down.
Do you have a whiteboard?
Do I?
Yes.
No, wait. She's in the backpack.
I unzip it a bit.
Yes.
So she can put
Yes.
her head out.
Pulls out a whiteboard. You don't know from where, but it's there.
I roll insight to see if this is some sort of dark magic.
Okay.
Or arcana, I guess. That's good. 21.
It is.
Holy shit.
I say, awesome, we can use that dark magic later. Anyway. I put a dry erase board and complete a beautiful
whiteboard dry erase marker drawing of.
You don't have a draw. You don't have.
Yeah,
a pen.
where'd you get the marker?
Yuki pulls out another marker.
Thank you, darling.
Where is she getting these?
I realize I don't need the whiteboard for this. Here you go back, and I hand it back.
It disappears in her hand. How is she doing this?
I love Yuki.
He says, so here's the idea. I am going to disguise myself as Vixen, but with really tattered clothes. And I'll say, help me, help me. Myself and a few more employees were kidnapped by the cell of rebels that are trying to rise above us. And then, when they ask, like, are you sure? I'll say yes, and they put an illusory me in my bed. I know it's hard to believe. Here! And I'll whip out the ID. And then y'all can have IDs too, but...
Yeah.
Might I add to your plan?
Yes!
Looking at this map, the fastest way from the security room out to the main workshop and the office and bunks and whatever is going to be through the storage room and the employee lounge. What if we go first and hide somewhere else, maybe in the kitchen, which is the shortest, and through only the supply room then to get to the secret room that has marked with question marks? What if we hide once all of the security leaves to go investigate this mysterious situation? We scoot our boots over to that room and up the elevator we go, and we're in.
Okay, how are you guys gonna get in?
We sneak in first, that's what I said, and then you distract them with your vixen trick.
Okay.
I mean,
If you guys think you can sneak in, I'm down for this plan.
I'm not very sneaky.
I got you.
I'm sneaky and very tiny.
Yeah, you're very little. Okay, that's true.
I gotta know to get you. And I got all the way back out.
True.
Could you unzip that? I can't hear what she's
I
saying.
unzip it a bit.
I said I'm very sneaky. I'm tiny. I got in there to get you, and I got all the way back out. And she
Would
pops
you
right back
be
in.
able to show us how you snuck in?
I just walked in through the front door,
Okay,
babe.
well, then that means we're gonna have a really easy time.
Cool.
Yeah, it was in
Top-notch
that
security.
sweet spot. It was in that sweet spot, that transitional period. Everyone was
Did you,
going
like-
to bed. Security wasn't out yet.
Did you, wait until a new episode of Grey's Anatomy was coming out so that the security room would be distracted or something?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, thanks.
Is it still on?
Yeah, it's still playing. We gotta go. That's the second incentive. We can't miss Grey's Anatomy.
I had last week's episode, but I can't watch this week's because, Dad.
The Grey's Anatomy was you the whole time.
Oh, that's the twist of this one off.
That's how you died. It was on Grey's Anatomy, and they were doing your autopsy, but it was an actual real autopsy.
So if we can get our way in,
Even in the separate one off, Kay is still the one to get things back on track.
Yeah, never change, Kat.
should we go in one at a time so if one person is caught, the rest won't be compromised?
Okay.
We're probably more sneaky as single people rather than in a group.
Okay. True.
That does make sense, yes.
So who's going with who? I should probably sneak in with you, because I got the gnome.
Well,
Yuki in my backpack.
I think the gnome can go by herself. I think if the gnome goes first, we can follow her lead.
But Pip, gnome backpack!
My name is Inga, dear.
Backpack gnome.
Inga.
Backpack gnome.
Nope, my name is Inga.
Backpack gnome.
Backpack gnome.
Gnome.
Backpack
gnome.
gnome. Backpack gnome.
Backpack gnome! Backpack gnome!
Listen, no. She can return to the backpack, but I think once we need to get in first for
Okay.
any of this to work.
Okay, true.
Alright, I'm leaving the one shot if we don't do backpack gnome.
That's fine, dear. You can do whatever you'd like.
I think also, you should probably say that you're going up to see, the staff thing. There's no need to worry about, posting any guards up there.
Who's you,
Oh,
dear?
yeah, of course.
Cool. We doing this?
So, is it the gnome? Should we go from smallest to tallest? So the more people can get through, most likely?
Okay.
Or should we worry about getting the largest ones through, and then it'll be easier for the smaller ones?
Go first if anything happens. I can just beat him down.
I mean, and attract a lot more attention so we can get by and leave you behind. I think that's a great idea.
Ooh.
Well, I was going to say, like, if you get inside, you trigger an alarm, you'll have more backup if the smaller people are in there first.
That's true as well.
I still don't get why we don't just, say that we were beat up and go
Because
in that
we're
way.
nobody, dear. The only one that could be somebody is this young man here pretending to be Vixen.
True.
Hi!
True.
I think sneaking in and using him as a distraction to lure the guards away from the security room while we continue to sneak right by, because we're going to have to sneak right through it or right by it if we're going to get to that elevator.
True.
So hiding in the supply room,
Let's do it.
even the supply room might be risky if that's where they keep their weapons.
But then we'll have the weapons if we're in there. No one else is.
That's fair, and if there's a lot of clutter, we can just hide behind that.
Also, I think it would be good if the little dudes went first, because then, if I'm caught, it's like not as easy to pick me off.
And
That's
also
very
you
fair,
could say
so-
you could say that you just wandered out of bed because you sleepwalk.
I do sleepwalk, that's true.
Alright, so us smaller ones will end up perhaps through the lounge and into the kitchen in those hallways between the kitchen and the supply room,
Cool.
out of the direct path of the security room, because the fastest path seems to be through the storage room. Are we ready for this?
All right. You ready? We planned our work. Ready to work our plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that, dear. Let's go.
That was a cool one.
Thank you. I learned it from
All
my
right.
dad.
So you guys are getting up and going?
Yep.
All right, as you walk out, Mish, the bartender, holds up a pint and says, "To our redemption!" Then all the gnomes go, "To our redemption!"
I thought we were supposed to be like hiding.
Oh no, we're still far away from it.
This
right
is
now,
a
I think.
secret pub, dear.
But it's,
Yeah,
if
it's a secret pub!
if it's a-
Secret pub! The gnomes go.
if it's a secret, then if we're yelling, won't people find it and it won't be a secret anymore?
It's rather far away.
Okay.
It's rather far away!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully you enjoyed this first holiday special. Whew, wow, that's some fancy business. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this part one of Initiative Uprising. We had a really great time recording this little mini session. First of all, I'd like to kind of apologize for at the end of the last episode, I was like, hey, the next episode's going to be the next episode of Realms proper. Because we had a lot of different plans for how this holiday special thing was going to go. First, we thought it was going to be like a stream. We thought it was going to be something else. Sometimes we didn't even know what was going to happen. But it eventually happened, and it was so long it became a two-parter. So that's why this is part one. So if you just finished listening to that one, and you thought, wow, I can't believe they ended the holiday special right there. Well, yeah, it's because it's not done yet. Part two is coming, and it's coming soon. We're actually going to have it done in a week. That's right. We're not doing a 2-week deal. We're doing a 1-week deal. Because in a week, that's when the next episode is going to be done. And we're going to put up the second part of Initiative Uprising. And we're going to get it all done before the end of 2017. And that's pretty interesting. I think that for 2017, despite, the occasional hiatus and stuff, we've had a pretty good first year of Spagoots Realms 2017 was. So thank you all very much for being a part of it and making it happen. Speaking of being a part of things and making it happen, it's time for the Creator Spotlight. Jim Jam. Thank you, ma'am. This Creator Spotlight is going to go to Lil Project 2 on Tumblr. They noticed a very interesting cinematic parallel between the scene in the reading room with the Ink Monster and a scene in Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed featuring the Tar Monster. A cinematic parallel that I adore to pieces, and they made some fantastic art to go along with it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. We all love it. So, in this case, it's going to be weird because we've seen you in 1 week. So how about that?
not the 2-week break we usually have, 1 week, but after the 1 week thing, it'll go back to a 2-week schedule because then I'll have time to put out the next episode of Realms, and then we'll be recording a big battle on the Red Kraken ship. But until then, enjoy this wonderful campaign that was made by B, because B did a fantastic job DMing this. We all had a blast, and hopefully you all have just as much of a blast for this wonderful holiday romp. Speaking of, by the time we're listening to this, by the time this comes out, I think a lot of the big holidays will either be about to happen or have already happened. Like, I know that, I think Hanukkah has already gone through all of its days. If I'm wrong on that, then I apologize. I meant to look all this up ahead of time, but I'm kind of running a bit up, down the barrel since we recorded this thing like 2 days ago. To anyone who's celebrating anything, hopefully you have a wonderful holiday and a fantastic new year up ahead. And until next time, see you next week for the closing parts of Uprising and Initiative Uprising. That's it. I tripped over my words. Initiative Uprising. See you in a week. 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 See you in a week.